Hey, this is Alan with anwminifarm. I've been asked on numerous occasions what's the big green bag that I carry with me. You'll see it with me anywhere I go. If I change vehicles, I take it with me also. This is by no means an inch bag. It's a get home bag, bug out bag. This is not meant to live out of or to be a survival bag. This is just simply a bag for something minor emergencies that may come up. So come with us as we go through the bag. We're going to have some video of the animals today. So stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. Alright, so we start off with what's in my backpack. First thing I carry is a hat. Something lightweight, keep the sun off of you if it's raining, to kind of keep the rain out of your eyes. Also, this is just a cheap, one size fits some poncho rain jacket with a hood. This is actually the pocket of the rain jacket. It all folds up into itself, because in a backpack, space and weight is your enemy. With those two things, I've got a little bit of cover, a little bit of comfort to stay dry if it's raining. The rain jacket will cut a little bit of wind, but it's not designed to keep you warm. It's just a thin, one-layer jacket. If I'm out and it's real cold, I keep a base layer. This is just some inexpensive, found at the big box store, base layer. I think it's from Russell Athletics. It's a top and bottoms. Go under what you're wearing already, just for a little bit more warmth. Along with that, good wool socks, because if your feet get cold, you're cold all over. I also carry a spare pair of underwear. I carry, some people call it a shamag, some people call it a baklava. Something to wrap around your face, your ears, your head. More socks, because if your feet get wet, you're cold. That's going to be your biggest enemy, is if you're having to walk or move around and your feet and your shoes are soaking wet. It makes for a miserable day. So we've got outer layers, inner layers, plus what you're wearing, plus some extra to swap out, especially if you're having to travel long distance on your feet, or something happens, your shoes get wet. You can try to dry them out. In the meantime, you've got extra socks to put on to keep your feet dry. On top of that, another cover layer that I carry, and I carry everything in these dry bags. They're inexpensive, they do a fair job, they're not the best in the world, but these dry bags weigh next to nothing. I've always heard that ounces equal pounds, pounds equal pain. If you're having to carry a bag on your back for any length of distance, you want it as light as you can. Well, this, if anybody's ever been in the military, this is an old military whoopee or poncho lighter. It does a fair job. It gives you a place you can cover up, to warm up. It folds up down into one of these bags and virtually no space. Takes up less space than my 2 pair of socks and my base layer. Something else I always have is my phone. Communications for whatever you use a cell phone for. But with that, you need a way to keep it charged. So in this bag is all kind of charging cords for anything that I may have on me, and extra cords for stuff that I don't have. Because I've got 2 bricks in here, but if you look, this one is USB-A and this one is USB-C. If I have a cord that is USB to USB-C, I can use this one. But if something happens to that cord, I have a backup that's USB-C on both ends for my cell phone. I also have one for my watch, and I carry this as a cigarette lighter adapter, and it has both. So I can charge no matter what. If I can find a vehicle that has a working cigarette lighter, I can charge my cell phone or some other electronics. I also started carrying this, and it's kind of have some redundancy here. This is also a charging brick with USB and USB-C adapters, but it also is a power bank. I can probably charge my phone one time off of this to get by. But with that, one of these. It is a solar battery pack. Also has a flashlight on it. This one's kind of neat because it has USB-A's, USB-C, and micro USBs. So I can charge it from the sun, which takes forever to charge this thing to 100%. I can charge my phone and not even use a cord with it, just by laying it on top of it and turning it on. It has a readout on the bottom of it to tell you how much charge it is. This is just really a neat gadget. It wasn't that expensive. You can find them at the big box stores and everything. And I can get several charges from a cell phone with this. Also, if I have a laptop with me, I can use this to charge it too. I think I can charge a laptop 2 or 3 times with this. Along with that, we kind of go into the communications and electronics. This is a little cheap emergency radio. I don't even remember where I found it. But it's something to listen to weather. It has a solar panel to charge it. It also has a hand crank that you can use to charge it up. It's a power supply also that you can charge something else from it, and it has a flashlight on it, and it's dead. This is the reason you check your equipment, because this needs to be charged. With that, on the same lines, stay on the electronics kind of front, talking about batteries, power supplies. a decent headlight, a good headlight. These are great if you're trying to change a tire on a car. It's dark. You have a way to use your hands but still have light to work with. I always carry some type of handheld flashlight. This one's pretty neat. This is a Sidewinder from Streamlight. It does all kind of blues and red lights and spotlight and everything. It's pretty durable, waterproof. Has a clip on it that you can put it under your hat to use it hands-free. You can hold it. You can set it down and adjust the head to where you're working. But with all this, you still have to remember you've got, these take batteries. So I carry extra batteries. These are CR123s, and I take these little carriers to keep them together and keep them from bouncing around in your bag and shorting out or whatever. They're like universals because these are CR123s. These are AA's, NiCad, or lithium ions. And I take a little bit of tissue paper and put in the tops or the bottoms of these carriers so that they don't rattle around. Then I have these 2032s because some of the things that I carry require these little button batteries. And a lot of your remotes for your vehicles take this type battery, and something like that can strand you somewhere if the remote in your key fob goes out. But if you keep these batteries with you, and these are lithium also, it's quick to switch a battery out and get you back on the road. Some other things that I carry that would actually be considered cover is I keep a little bag. It has one of the big contractor trash bags and a couple of these little space blankets. Keep those in there. And I also keep leather gloves. I keep 2 pair in case something happens to one. I have a spare. With that, I always keep a little bit of food. These are just some little trail mix. I also keep some beef jerky. It keeps well, doesn't take up a lot of space. Get into some of the tools that I carry. I always carry a little bit of rope because you never know when you're going to have to tie something up. Tie it down with these rope carabiners. I also carry a multi-tool. I always have one of these on me because you just never know. Sometimes that'll bail you out of a bad situation. Sometimes you just need a screwdriver or a pair of pliers, something like that. I carry a Mora knife as a fixed blade. Of course, I always carry a pocket knife with me where I can, and I keep one of these little inexpensive sharpeners in there just to keep a little bit of an edge in case something gets dull. Trauma shears. These things we carried in the medical field. These were always on us, regardless. We would tie them to us, have them in our pocket. You'd have multiple pairs because we used them for everything. Then I keep, this is a Gerber, it's just a little pocket saw for whatever you might need to saw a limb up or something like that. And then duct tape. Nobody is complete if they don't carry a little bit of duct tape. This is a 1-inch wide Gorilla Tape. It works really well. Something else I always carry is I always carry one of these Ride in the Rain notebooks. Keep notes, just whatever. You just never know what you're going to need to write down. I always carry an ink pen that'll write on it and a pencil. With these, I always carry a little bit of water. My bag also has a 20-liter hydration bladder in it in case I'm having to go somewhere or walk a far distance, whatever. This is quick to carry. It doesn't weigh a whole lot. It'll get you through for a little while. If you are in some kind of survival situation, you need to carry a gallon of water per day. Now, these are two 17-ounce bottles, so they'll get you till you can get some water of some way. With that, I also carry a metal cup. If I'm in a tight, I can find a creek or something, I can always boil water with this. I carry an Hygiene bottle, and I carry, this has got some hydration replenishing, liquid IV in it. I've got some flavors in here, and then some coffee. If you're having a caffeine crash because you haven't had your caffeine or something like that, that's a little pick-me-up. In the Hygiene bottle, I keep all my water stuff in here. I'm big about keeping things together, keeping space small. This is a Sawyer Mini with the squeeze. This will screw onto one of these water bottles. You can drink straight from the bottle if you had to get some questionable water out of a pond, a creek, or something. This will filter it, and then you can just drink straight from the straw. You're not putting your mouth on anything other than this. And it has this straw also. This is for cleaning it out, back flushing it. This is more water storage. This is another 16 ounces. Water container. Keep up this in a bandana. You can use this as a filter for water. You can use it as a filter for your face if you're somewhere it's smoky, dust, or whatever. And then I keep these to purify water. But you have to understand, when you do these, you're not going to have water for like 45 minutes. You put the tablets in, you shake it up, then you put these other tablets in, wait another little while before you can drink. Something you have to understand too is if you dip this into somewhere and then you treat the water inside, you're getting that contaminated water on the threads of your Hygiene bottle. So once you treat your water, take and leave your cap a little loose and shake it and flush all this threads and stuff out. You don't want to have treated water here and then drink from here and have contamination on this outside and get sick anyway. That makes for a bad day. All right, so this and all this is basically a fire kit. This is lifeboat matches with a striker in this sealed tight case. There's a striker on the bottom for the matches. These keeps them good and dry, even though they will work wet. This is a heavy Ziploc bag. In it, I carry a ferrocerium rod. You can see this one's been used a few times. Some jute string and several Zippo lighters, or Bic lighters. These are the easiest way to make a fire, the fastest way, but these do go out. The flint will corrode, the wheel corrodes, the button gets pushed, all the fluid runs out. So these are inexpensive, and you see I keep duct tape wrapped around some of them, because duct tape you can do a lot of things with. And then we come to the end of the last few things that I carry in my bag. This is personal care. This is medications. Some of this stuff is just to make you feel better. You run out of the house and you forgot to brush your teeth, or you've eaten something that was a lot of onions or garlic or whatever. I carry a toothbrush and toothpaste and some floss for those days you have the ribs for lunch. And then I carry a little bit of lotion when your hands are dry and cracked. This is like a 2-in-1 shampoo, and I don't use shampoo, but it's body wash, you know. Gold Bond powder, if you're doing a lot of walking or in the heat, sweating and everything, a little of that on your feet. Dry socks, deodorant, because nobody wants somebody stinky. Pepto, I always carry Pepto. It's good for a host of things. And if you need the Pepto, you're probably going to need a little TP. I've got a little bit rolled up in here, and then I've carried several of these packaged dude wipes to clean things up with. And this is a basic metal kit. And when I say basic, it's more of a bleed control. There's gauze, there's tape, Band-Aids, that kind of stuff in here. Not much, but just something if you cut yourself, you scrape yourself to slow the bleeding down. And this, I carry a lot of medicines. The big thing is Benadryl. Bee stings are a thing. This could help out with that. A little Neosporin. Some of these eye drops in these individual packages. Great for you get some dust in your eye, or maybe your allergies are acting up a little bit. These are antiseptic wipes. Some little bandages, Band-Aids. These tablets are for diarrhea. Help you out a little along the way. Super glue for putting stuff back together that fell apart. More eye drops. Some lip chapstick. This is for like bites, ant bites, mosquito bites, and then have more Band-Aids in there. This is just a real brief overview. This is not saying that this is the end all to be all. There's things that I could add, there's things that I could take away. This is just what I carry, what I have found that I need on a day-to-day basis. One more thing I always carry is a map, an area map This one is of the state. It has like blow-ups of the bigger cities, some roads by grid, towns. This is a great thing to have. We all have GPSs on our hips now or in our pockets, but some areas you get into, you don't have that. A good map. Something else I always carry is a compass, because a map is great, but if you don't know which direction you're going in, this can help you out a lot. But I would suggest being familiar with your compass, get familiar with a map and how to use the two together. Those can really bail you out of a bad situation.